Welcome to the What Do You Have to Say podcast. I'm Phil. This is Uriah. We're your
Hey.
host. And two cousins, two perspectives, one mission. We'll have some fun, lighthearted, and sometimes difficult conversations. We'll delve into topics such as lifestyle and current events and personal growth. And we're talking about it all. In today's episode, we're asking, should you get involved? When to help versus minding your business. Come on in. Let's talk.
We want to know, what do you have to say? Oh, what do you have to say? Oh, there's no time to wait. What do you have to say? Together we lift our voices and let them ring. Oh, yeah. Talking about life, we got stories to reveal.
Well, welcome, Phil.
Welcome, Uriah. Hey, how are
Yeah.
you doing?
I'm doing good. And why you wearing the same jacket as me?
And you know what? It just happened. Great. What they say, great minds think alike. I think it just happened like that. The weather has changed here, so I had to put
Yeah.
on something else. It was cool enough that this is okay, but not
Okay.
for a jacket or a coat. So yeah.
We
Wow.
will allow. We will allow.
Thank you so much. I saw that. I was like, what is going on here? Hey, it's okay. Wow.
We are moving right along. This is our 17th episode. 17. It's very
Man.
interesting. I mean,
That's good.
it is good, and we just keep moving along. And I think we're learning a lot, and we're
Right.
finding out that we have a lot to talk about. When we
do.
introduce
We-
one thing, we go, well, we could say much
we-
more.
And it's just like the tentacles of the things, the offshoots. It could go on and on and on and on
And on.
and
Right.
on and on. Right. That's a good
So
thing.
I think it's a great thing. And
It
you
is.
were introduced, you're talking about when are we to help people, or when are we supposed to mind our own damn business?
Should we get involved? And
Should we
when
get
the hell
involved?
should we get involved? And that's a great question about, you know, should we get involved when we see something? Or should we just mind our own business? I think there's
Mm,
a thin line between that, what is that demarcation between
mm.
stepping up and say something or just let it be,
Well,
but
I'm interested in, for you,
yes.
where's your line? What prompts you to jump into action?
Maybe specifically when it involves children, maybe,
Okay.
it's specifically children. Um, um, if there's an emergency, like an accident or a car accident or something like that, that would prompt me to act, quickly. It would just depend on the situation. How about you? When do you feel the need that you're going to step in?
I won't make it a long story, but I think
Yeah.
I have this justice card
Oh, I like that. Yes.
and it's been something that I've had for a very long time. My mom used to, I mean, there's a lot of background into it, but
Mhm.
when she would be giving us a dessert, and she
Mhm.
would often, we'd either have fruit or piece of cake or pie, whatever, but she had
Mhm.
to make sure that mine was the same as my brother's.
Yes.
Because if mine was
It
not,
w What would happen? Please. Oh.
I don't, well, there would be a lot of questioning of why, right? I mean, we could talk a lot about that. But fast forward some, I I am haunted today. I know there's nothing I can do about it, but I'll never forget in 6th grade. I'm not going to
Mhm.
say their name, but there was
Mhm.
a girl who family wasn't as fortunate as everyone else,
Mhm.
and they used to tease her mercilessly.
Yeah.
Mercilessly? Whatever the
Merciless.
word,
That's
whatever the
that
word is.
word.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that word. Yes.
And in my mind, I can see it almost plain as day to day because she would have been sitting either to my right, directly to right, or right behind. And some of the guys in the class were just bullying her because it was the winter time
Mm,
and they
mm,
were heating their house with
mhm.
wood. And so her clothes smelled like wood,
Uh-huh.
firewood, fire.
Yes. Yes.
And they just wouldn't let up on her. And I just can see her just put her head down on the desk
Mhm. Mhm.
with her arms there and her head in there.
Mhm.
And I wish I was the person I am now
Okay.
because I would have
Right.
said something. But
Right.
back then, I
Right.
didn't know what to do or
Mhm.
how to say. And I think sometimes you don't want to say anything because you don't want any of that to wash over you.
Over on you, yeah. The repercussions there because they will throw all of that towards you. Um,
It's a possibility.
right, possibility.
Yeah.
But
And then fast forward to my uh, master's program
mhm.
in clinical psych. We're learning a little bit more. I'm learning to speak up for myself
Mhm.
and others. And I'll never forget this too, because I talk about it a lot. One of my colleagues um, was very timid.
Okay.
And when they wanted to speak up, uh, people would, she would start speaking and they would just talk right over her. And I was always mindful of her. Hold on.
Mhm.
You were going
Mhm.
to say something, right?
Mhm. 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 Mhm.
And towards the end of our program, a lot of us had learned a lot about ourselves and things. And we were having this discussion again, and it started to happen. And I started to make space for her. And she said, hold on, Uriah. I don't need you to. I don't
Okay.
need you to.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I was taken aback, but at the same time, I was happy that she spoke up for herself. And I also learned folks don't need me to fight their fight.
Okay. Okay. But I believe that you kind of showed her the way or maybe gave her those initial moments where, you said she was speaking. Maybe that just prompted. So I think that in the end, you were a big help to her.
I hope
And
so.
she, at least that's the way I see it, that,
Yeah,
that initially she was you defended her or allowed space for her, but she was like, I got this now.
I got it now.
Now I didn't have it then,
Yeah.
but I have it now. Yes, yes,
So to simply answer your question,
yes.
I am the person that if I see something going, I'm like, hold on, what's happening? Give me a second. And if I goes just a little bit where I think it's you, I'm there. Hold on, what's happening? What's going on here?
Right, right, right. I tend to agree with that. Um, Even regardless of the situation, I believe that.
Yeah.
And
I have to figure out it take me a second because I want to make sure I'm
uh-huh.
interpreting
Everything
what I
right.
see.
Yes, 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 yes. I got you. Wow. And, it leads me to a question that says, would you notice if someone needed you? And if, would you recognize? And I think a lot of us keep quiet and sometimes in instances, because we are not, we're busy, we're navigating our own things. But
Mhm.
would you notice if when someone truly needed you? And I ask myself regularly, would you notice?
Well, I have an answer and an anecdote
Okay.
that happened recently, a couple of times,
Okay.
but one that stands out. But
Okay.
before I tell you mine,
Yeah.
where has there been an instance where you've noticed that someone has needed you? And if you don't mind if it's not too personal to
Well,
share.
most recently that I can think of is um a lady. I went to a store, went to um what's not a drugstore, a pharmacy, and to get some things, and a lady approached me to help her and get her meds. And I mean, even before she opened her mouth, I could tell that she was a special person,
Okay.
and I always say she was one of God's special creations. And I knew that I was going to help her anyway. And it didn't matter what it cost, that wasn't in the back of my mind. And I just said, yes, come on. And she was trying to explain to me, but she really didn't have the speech to try to explain to me, and I was
Yes.
like, it's okay. I'm here. You were supposed to ask me. I came into this store for you to ask me to help you. And I went to the pharmacy and did what I was wanted to do. And she was just thanking me. And I was like, ma'am, I was supposed to do this today. And that was my opportunity to what would you do? I could have said, we're so desensitized to a lot of things and we say no,
Yeah.
but that day I knew that was purposed, I call them God moments. That was
Mhm.
purposed. And I believe that they happen more often than we think,
Then we
but
believe or
we
know.
don't we're not in tune. And see, I'm kind of yeah, because we're not in
Well,
tune to it, um, about that what we're really supposed to be and what we're really supposed to do, to
well,
humanity, to one another.
as you were speaking in just connecting to that story and
Mhm.
other stories, that's making me a little bit emotional behind my eyes because I am I'm always on the lookout. I'm always
Woo.
on the lookout.
Yeah,
If I
yeah,
hear
yeah.
something, I don't know if it's I think part of it too recently, being trained in domestic violence and trauma and stuff like that. I hear a thump, and it has happened in places I've been where I've heard stuff. In matter of fact, in the place where the area just I just moved,
Mhm,
there was some DV in the place, and I had to get up and stand and wait because
mhm,
I can't just stand by. But anyhow,
mhm,
I
mhm.
was going to Walmart, and when you said a woman, there's this older man. I saw him get out of his car. I'm getting ready to leave, and I said, "Let me just watch him because I'm watching him. He had the cart. Let me see." No, he was walking. I was like, "Let me just
Mhm,
stay here, see if he needs some help." And he came up, and I saw he was couldn't walk, and I thought, "He needs that cart. He needs that to help him." So I got over here, I said, "Do you need the cart?" And he goes, "Yeah, I need the cart." And I gave him the cart, and I said, that was one of the opportunities that if I hadn't been watching, I'm not saying that he wouldn't have made it, but he
Right,
needed some help.
right, right, right,
And
right,
this connects to
right.
what you were saying. I think sometimes in our life, we get caught up, and we ain't talking about the rapture. We
Right,
get caught up in the stuff that goes in our life, which is valid.
right,
But
right.
sometimes the things that are going on in our life,
Mhm.
they're things that we can't do anything about in the moment. And what are you supposed to do? Are we supposed to be lost in that thing, or should we be
Right,
present so that we could
right,
either help ourselves and or somebody else?
right, right,
And
and
I
I
know
like
somebody listening to that might think that sounds goody two shoes, and I'm not goody two shoes, trust me.
Right,
And I
right.
don't
I
mean
got
it
you.
to be that way.
Right, right, and I wholeheartedly understand what you're saying because, it just goes back, would you notice if someone needed your help, if someone needed you? And, that's I like that story, and those opportunities are all around us.
All
And like
around.
they because even in this climate, in this just where we are right now in this point in time.
Yeah.
There's so much need. Um, um, and not just monetarily, not financially, but need. And I don't have the right word for it, but it is human compassion, human
Empathy.
empathy. It's lacking. And um we have to do better. We just have to be better where we can be better. And teaching third graders
Mm.
as I do, to teaching them. I try to model it for them first, that empathy, that being there, being present with them.
Mhm.
But it's more of it is needed. And
More of is needed, and that fits
that's,
in. We're gonna show, you know,
yeah.
we talked about we start with something and there's a lot to say, and
It
there
is
is
a
a lot to
lot to
say.
say. And
So, but
yeah,
what
yeah,
what we're doing in this particular
yes,
episode is
yes.
we're gonna show a couple of videos, probably only
Hmm.
one, and this will be
Okay.
continued of
Right,
some of those
right.
things that like what would you do,
What
right?
would you do? Right,
What would
right.
you do? And I know a lot of people have probably, and maybe they haven't seen these little clips,
Oh,
but
hmm,
this one that we're gonna look at, I'm not even gonna preface it.
okay,
Should
okay.
we shouldn't even preface it.
Okay.
What would you do, right? You will
Yes,
get it.
yes, 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 yes.
Let's see
What
if
would you do? Yes,
let me just preview this, make sure it comes up for me,
yes, yes.
and then we'll get this going here. You know, uh, there's a quote by Maya Angelou, and I don't know if she originated it, and she always says, "When you know better, you do better."
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
And I used to hate that phrase until I understood it a little bit better. And there's a lot of grace in that phrase because
ooh,
sometimes
wee.
we are just ignorant about
Mhm, mhm.
fill in the blank.
Right,
And then
right.
if we desire, we want to learn or know better,
Mhm,
then there's some enlightenment. And then we're charged with, she says you do better. I don't know if you automatically do better, but there's
mhm,
a want and
mhm,
desire then to do better.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, I like those words, and I especially like the grace, applying grace. And I have been through my own things and struggles, and with grace, with applying grace to others. And
Mm.
in the back of my mind, it's those two words, apply grace.
Apply
Um,
grace.
apply grace. If it looks like it was going left, or you were triggered or easily offended or something, just apply grace. Maybe they weren't aware what they have done, or and
Ooh, maybe they weren't aware. Well,
maybe,
we're gonna
okay.
give this
Okay, what would
in
you
this
do?
situation, we're gonna
Yes.
give them these actors a little grace, right? Okay.
Grace, yes. You were
What happens when someone in your family doesn't approve of your partner?
Mom, this is Ebony.
Hi, Ebony. How are you? So
Here we go.
I was going to meet your girlfriend.
Did you see that look?
You
It's
are
like,
meeting
wait.
my girlfriend.
This is your girlfriend.
Was there a misunderstanding?
Come on
Well,
now.
maybe. There may have been.
Awkward.
be right back.
Oh man.
Mom. Really?
Okay.
Vince, you couldn't have prepared me. I mean, you're dating a black girl, and I knew nothing about it.
Mom, you're getting a little crazy here, I think.
Seriously?
Thank you.
Are you
Thank
serious?
you.
I'm crazy?
Well,
Yes.
You're treating them. I think you are.
Well,
Thank
Knock it
you.
off.
Oh man, I had it wrong. I had it.
what do you
man.
mean, knock it off?
Grow up.
I just do not approve.
He's found somebody he loves. Deal with it. Very sorry.
She's black.
Oh
Wow. So,
man.
she's just another human like all of us.
That's
Do you agree?
welcoming. No, I don't agree at all. I'm not going to get into it with you because you have a different belief and stuff. We're living in Ohio where I guess it's a little different, but it wouldn't be an issue at all.
Maybe she storms out now.
You know,
Either way,
I
you know
just
what I
can't
mean?
believe this. I'm just going to go now.
Yeah, that might be.
This is
Probably your best bet.
ridiculous.
We told her we didn't really agree with what was going on. But
She left? Yeah, she just walked
She
out.
left?
She just left. I wish you guys the best.
Hey, thanks,
That
man.
sucks that
you.
your mom feels the way she does.
There you go.
Wow. Just, I had it wrong. I had already, made my conception or my misconceptions of the three guys at the bar. I really
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
That they stood to want to say 10 toes down with that. And man, the man in the sunglasses, I really thought it was gonna go a different way. But
Right. But
wow,
see, we
that
never know. We
we
never know.
just
And I make
know.
those, I imagine I
Mm,
make those
mm-hmm,
judgments about people, right?
mm-hmm,
All the time.
mm-hmm,
When I was watching this, it
mm,
reminded me of
mm.
a situation with my grandmother
Okay.
because some when some long time ago, my sister was dating a white guy, and my grandmother was over at our house, and he comes in with my sister, and my grandmother, she'd be like, "I'm out of here," and she left,
Yeah.
and she went home, and she
Yeah.
came back, and I think she came back and apologized to him because Granny's a prayerful, saved Christian woman, and she said that
Right.
she couldn't treat someone's child like that
You
in
man,
that way.
don't
But because our grandmother grew up in a
uh,
time,
in a time.
in a
Man, you
time,
you yes.
and she held certain beliefs based on her experience in the world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
But
Right. Right.
she knew better, and she came back.
Mm, mm. That's good, man. That's good. And you said that she was raised, grew up in a different time, different in a whole different world, and one of the guys said, "We live in Ohio," or and I wrote down demographics. Does it matter where someone is from, or their experiences? If you're from a different part of the United States or a different part of the world, if it shapes or your view culturally, what is because we're
I am
influenced by our environment.
I know, but I think what he was saying, he might have said Ohio, which is the
Mhm.
Midwest. So we know like Ohio and a lot of those places
Uh-huh.
have that exact same
Yeah.
belief that the woman was representing. But
Mhm,
he
mhm.
was saying the people I hang around with.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
Now I can't imagine
Mm.
some people saying, "Well, I'm from, you know, uh, California. We don't act that way," making a very general statement. But we
Uh-huh.
know
That it
California is
exists.
a big
Yeah.
state, and when you
Yes.
go to Central
Yes.
California looks like the Midwest, look like the South, and then people
Uh-huh.
act the exact same way.
Simply. Yes. Yes. Wow. Wow. But that was good. Um what would you do in that situation? And I would like to see what happened. Did the mother turn around? Did her perspective, change, or was she still just holding on to those beliefs? But um
Well, my
I-
hope would be that, because this is fictionalized. So
right.
anybody who represents that mother, that father, that grandmother, the
Uh-huh.
auntie, whoever,
Mm, right.
no matter what the race, because can be flip-flopped, right?
Isn't it? But I have seen those scenarios where it has flip-flopped, but it seems like um as a culture, if I don't want to get into trouble here, but
You ain't gonna get in no
is
trouble. It's you and me.
it just
It's
yeah,
just you and I.
I have noticed that um we black people as people are sometimes more accepting You have heard the term you are invited to the cookout, or
Yeah,
you have seen those
yeah,
videos where people, there were Caucasians or Spanish, whoever, just did they are welcome,
yeah.
where the tables are turned, that it's not like that for,
No.
a black entering into um another culture. So it's I think that we're more accepting.
Well, I have a
And
thought on that.
okay,
My
okay,
thought is, my thought is, and I hold that sentiment that you have.
okay.
I feel that black people are more accepting when others are down with them. You you come
Okay.
in and sitting in a Pentecostal black, predominantly black church.
Come on
Oh,
in.
you like this artist? Oh,
Uh, uh-huh,
blah, blah.
uh-huh.
When you seem open to the experience of
Of yes.
black people, open to you. Of course, there are going to be people in black culture and other cultures who are like,
Mhm.
what are they doing here,
Right,
right?
right.
But I think it's when, because that's the way I am. When I'm just gonna say it, when I
Mm,
hear somebody who does not look like me,
mhm.
and when they're singing a song and it don't sound like they're just a parrot, that I can tell that they it's interpreted and it's come up out of them, I'm down. Especially if you don't have my skin color, and let's just
Mhm,
say if you're
mhm.
white or whatever, I'm like,
Yes, yes.
who are you? Come on over. Let's talk.
Right, right, and it doesn't feel, contrived, or doesn't
Contrived.
feel put on. It feels authentic, and it's coming from their bones,
Like
I
Justin Timberlake, go sit down somewhere.
uh, yeah,
Sit down.
no.
I can name a whole bunch of names right now.
I can't. Right, right.
Mhm.
But there's some
In
artists.
gospel
Yeah.
and hip hop and R&B.
Mhm. Right.
Sorry.
Yes. That's it. That's right. That's right. But I liked what you said, when if they are down, if another culture is down with black people, they just come on in. But just going back to the scenario, that there are a lot of interracial couples, and maybe and they produce children,
Yep.
and and it's more than some people would like to happen, but it's I think
Who are those
that's
people and
it.
who are
That's
they?
those people
But I'm saying, who are they to make a decision? I mean,
shit.
because they're
Oh,
not the creator of this
right,
world. They didn't create
right,
one
right,
thing that we use in this world.
right. I I
They
got
wouldn't even know where to start.
right, right. But that's a whole nother episode about entitlement and privilege and those kind of things that happen. And that's a whole nother, yeah. But this is not. This is, should you get involved, and when to
Well,
help, and minding your business, because that right there, that we say that we take different roads to different things, that would take us down a whole
it will take us down.
other.
What
It would,
One of
man.
the things that that I've learned over, my study and stuff, there
Mhm.
are there are different ways to think. Well, what are one of the blah, blah, blah. What are one of the ways that you think uh, affects the way people think in mass that would stop them from acting? Say something's going down. There's more than just you standing around, but no one does anything. Well, I'm not going to ask you to come up with it. It's called the bystander effect.
And
You've
you know
probably
what,
heard
man?
that.
I I have it written right here. The bystander effect, exactly. That it's a lot of people. The more people that are around, the less inclined we are to act, because we believe that responsibility, when we're all responsible, no one's responsible,
Well, we
and
think that someone else, I mean,
else
there's a
is
but we think someone else is going to take the responsibility,
yes,
right?
yes, we do, we do.
And when that happens, and just I'm trying to think of a time where that happened. I was around, but anyhow, you have the people. bystanders, well, somebody else will do something, and then who's going to take responsibility? And then we begin to think, okay, let me look to that person. Am I crazy? Is this actually happen? Do we need to act? We're looking also for other people to sort of define.
And number one, define and validate what
Yes,
we're seeing. Define and
yes,
validate what we're seeing. And should it's like that silent, it's silent nod. You want to?
yeah, let's
You know,
go.
right? Let's do this.
Let's
And
do it.
because, um, wow, that's yeah. But we also think about, it cost to get involved. It could cost. Um, it could be injury. It could be backlash, lash. It could be the ire turned on us if we get involved. It costs to get involved, but I think things happen for the good when we do. I truly do
When we step in,
when
yeah.
we step in. I think that things when people get involved, things change for the better.
You
So
know,
sometimes I would say.
the one thing that I think, and I don't know if where I got this exactly. I think it
Mhm,
was conversation with my
mhm,
mother. But I am motivated when I see things happening because I would never want my mom, my sister, my brother, my cousin to be in that situation. I almost feel like I need to act because
mhm.
I want someone to step in for them, for someone else.
Right.
And I'm not doing it because I want them to, but I just feel like I need to act because I would want someone to help someone that I love.
And then if I needed that help, I would want that help for me,
Yeah,
for someone to step in if I was in a situation where I needed some help. And,
yeah.
you know, we live in a time where people, shrink and shy away from those situations. And it's just unfortunate. But, um, and then we could talk about the causes of that, why people shy away or why they withdraw, and just say that's not my problem and move on. But wow, it's
But it is your problem.
ooh,
People don't
ooh,
realize, at least I think, if it's happening around,
mm-hmm,
if it's not, if I'm in my house and it's happening out there, maybe it's not my problem so much. But if I'm out there, it is a piece. And even if it's happening outside in my immediate vicinity, environment, community, if something's going down, I want to be aware. Maybe I'm not going to do something, but maybe I can call the authorities. Maybe I can do something like that. But I'm not just going to go just start watching TV when I hear some
oh,
craziness happening.
right, right, right.
I'm not going to just put
Help,
blinders on and
yes,
put my
and
headphones on.
yes, yes, more of that. Speak up, listen, listen, speak up. And you said you can help from afar. You can call
You
someone,
can,
and you
you
can
can.
do that. So if that is what your contribution is for that, but
Then that's what
just
we got to try to do, right?
we have to and it starts small. It is really it starts small. And should you get involved, when to help? This is
Well, it is a
so
personal
much,
thing too,
man.
right?
It's personal. Yes,
It's
yes.
personal. We
Um,
would hope that everybody would, but it might not be safe for you, maybe? Is that a
right, right, right.
yeah?
And everyone is not confronted or not confronted, but everyone has not have had those experiences where they needed to get involved.
True. So they might
But
not even know
eh,
what to do.
they may not even know what to do, and then you know, they may know that they need to get involved, but maybe the moment has passed, and they're like, "Oh, I shoulda, coulda, woulda." I should have done this and I could have done that. And um, I can I can think of just probably one time that has happened. I coulda, shoulda, woulda, and I can't recall what it is, but I know what that feeling is because
Yeah.
it stuck with me, and I was laying, wherever I was going, I should have done this. I should have, spoke up or I should have, but
Yeah. Oh,
I
what
think,
you're just talking
yes,
about is that
yeah,
thing that I felt in sixth grade.
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Well, Phil, you can
Wow,
tell
man,
this is,
that flew by. I just
we just
just
touched it,
scratched just a
right?
little bit,
And
about
you
oh
all,
man,
we're going to have more of this because we're going to continue this,
we
but
have to.
it is time we got to go.
We got to.
And we
No,
really
sorry.
appreciate you joining us today. If this episode made you think, it made you smile, it made you mad, it made you happy, maybe you got a little emotional a little bit, just share with
Yes.
us in the comments. Share the podcast. We would really appreciate that. And if you like that, if you want to keep that conversation going, please catch every new episode that we get, which comes out weekly, and hit that subscribe button right
Yes.
now, because we
Yes.
appreciate the insights and the feedback from you, our listeners. Every
Yes.
comment and every like makes a huge difference in helping our community with you grow. But Phil,
Yeah.
until we meet again, which is going to
We
be
meet-
in a week, so
In a
it'll probably be for that.
Yes,
May
yes.
all of us
Yes,
discover
yes.
inspiration that
Right,
empowers
right.
you, and we
Yes.
really want you to let your voice be heard.
Be heard.
Be
Thank
heard.
you, man. That's great. That's great.
All right.
All right.
See you later.
Yes, sir.